Hi, we're
The Mouse Couple! And this is our second video in our series on Walt Disney World Resort Accommodations. Today we're talking about moderate resorts, so let's get started. Let's start with some fast facts about Disney's moderate resorts. First off, your pool is going to have a slide.
You also get an additional table service restaurant, as well as a lounge.
Which sometimes has entertainment options.
This is true.
The theming at the moderate resorts may not necessarily be Disney-centric, but it's really immersive, and these resorts give you a strong sense of place. You'll feel like you're somewhere other than Florida when you're staying at one of these resorts.
Yeah. You also get an additional transportation option, mostly boat, in most cases, but we'll talk about those individually. And if you drive your own car, it's $20 to park at moderate resorts.
All right. So let's go resort by resort and talk about them.
Yeah.
The first moderate resort on our list today is Caribbean Beach Resort. This resort, as the name suggests, is themed to the Caribbean. And if you have a pirate fan in your family, this resort might be the one for you. Some of the rooms at this resort are themed to Pirates of the Caribbean. So they have fun, pirate ship-shaped beds, and a lot of really fun, immersive theming. So your transportation options for this resort are Disney buses, of course, and this resort also has access to Disney's Skyliner. So you can hop on there and go to Epcot or Hollywood Studios. So that's a really cool benefit. So maybe Caribbean Beach might be the resort for you.
Yeah. The next moderate resort is Coronado Springs Resort, and this one is themed to the southwest of America and has some Mexican and Spanish influences as well. The pool at this resort has like a Mayan ruins type of slide to it, so that's pretty cool. This resort overall is a pretty business-centric atmosphere, and with the new Grand Destino Tower, there's suites available as well as a club level. The resort also has the only moderate to have a spa and fitness center and a convention center. So you have some aspects of a deluxe resort here with the price of a moderate, but with the downside of only having bus transportation available. So you don't have a boat, you don't have the Skyliner here, but yeah.
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
The next resort on our list is actually two resorts, Port Orleans French Quarter and Port Orleans Riverside. Port Orleans French Quarter is themed to the French Quarter and has a lot of fun Mardi Gras theming and decor. They have a fun pool with a fun slide. They have a nice lounge that has some entertainment sometimes, jazz music of course. And one thing that's cool about French Quarter is it's one of the smaller moderate resorts. So if you don't want to walk around a ton, if being close to transportation options and food options is important for you and your family, and you want a moderate price point, French Quarter might be perfect for your family. One thing that's nice about both French Quarter and Riverside is that both resorts feature boat transportation to get to Disney Springs. So you can hop on a boat and ride and go check out the nightlife that they have down in Disney Springs. So Riverside, my family has stayed at Riverside several times. It's pretty much our home resort, or was once we moved up from the Value Resorts. But they have a fun pool. It's themed to the Bayou. Except part of it, if you have a little prince or princess in your life, they have royal guest rooms as well. So that could be really fun if you have somebody you want to surprise with a princess-themed Disney room. But again, like French Quarter, Riverside has a great lounge and has a lot of family-friendly entertainment actually, with Yeehaw Bob playing his piano. If you know and love Yeehaw Bob like my family does, drop a comment down below. He's so much fun. But yeah, my family just has loved Riverside. I was a picky eater, so my family could count on the food court that they have there to make sure I had something to eat. But it's a really good family-friendly option. If you have a family and you are looking at French Quarter and Riverside, I would recommend Riverside over the French Quarter.
Yeah. So the final resort in the moderate category is Fort Wilderness Cabins. So Fort Wilderness actually has cabins and a campground. The campground is significantly cheaper, but it's kind of in its own category since it's just you're paying for essentially a parking space. But those rates are very low comparatively to the other resorts on Disney property. But the cabins are in the moderate category, And one thing that's unique with Fort Wilderness is you actually have the boat transportation to Magic Kingdom. So you have somewhat of a deluxe feel because you get transportation to the park that's not just the bus. But this resort is massive, and you almost need a golf cart to get around if you're staying at this resort.
So that would be an additional cost to think about.
Right. This resort does also offer Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review, which is something that's nice and fun. It's a dinner show. There's only 2 dinner shows on property that I'm aware of at the time of filming, and it's the Luau at the Polynesian and the Hoop-Dee-Doo review at Fort Wilderness. So a lot of fun, people singing and dancing while you're eating food, fun to watch, fun to participate. So yeah.
And a fun cabin experience with Disney.
Yeah.
So this wraps up the second video in our series on Walt Disney World Resort Accommodations, and this was our moderate focus. So leave us a comment down below if you stayed at one of the resorts we talked about today, and if it's your favorite, or what your favorite moderate is if you've stayed at more than one. I know Riverside is my favorite, but I'm biased. So.
Well, thank you for watching, and join us next week when we talk about the deluxe resorts. And we'll see you next time.
See you real soon.